Welcome. In this presentation, I will show you how to support Rakia, a Year 6 student with a mild hearing impairment, PTSD, and English as an additional language, to access and participate in learning on the same basis as their peers. I will begin with an overview of a profile and needs, then outline my holistic approach to classroom management through universal design for learning. I will then provide specific examples of teaching strategies, summarize reasonable adjustments in line with the nationally consistent collection of data, and explain how collaboration supports our learning. My approach is grounded in inclusive education principle, recognizing that adjustments for one student often enhance learning for all. So Rakia is an 11 years old Year 6 student who joined our school after arriving in Australia from a refugee camp in Kenya. She has mild hearing impairment, post-traumatic stress disorder, and is learning English as an additional language. Her strengths include resilience, a willingness to participate in class activities, and a growing ability to self-regulate when support. She also benefits greatly from visual clues. She needs a structured and predictable learning environment, clear communication, and both visual and written support. She also benefits from having a safe space available when she feels overwhelmed and from consistent social and emotional support. Her challenges include limited English proficiency, difficulty following verbal instruction in noisy settings, anxiety, which can lead to withdrawal or running from class, and developing friendships with peers. My approach is guided by universal design for learning, which focuses on making lessons accessible for all learners from the outset. So it has three key principles. The first one, engagement, is building motivation and ensuring that students like Rakia feel safe, valued, and ready to participate. The second one, representation, providing information in multiple ways, such as combining verbal explanation with visual support. And finally, action and expression, offering students different ways to demonstrate what they know, whether that's through writing, speaking, or creating something visual. By planning with these three principles in mind, I reduce barriers, promote inclusion, and create learning opportunities that benefit not only for Rakia, but for the whole class. So for Rakia, a structured and predictable environment is essential to support her engagement and learning, and especially her anxiety. I maintain consistent routines and clearly communicate expectations at the start of the day and each lesson. A visual timetable helps her anticipate what's coming next, reducing anxiety and supporting smooth transitions. She has access to a quiet space when she needs to self-regulate, which helps her practice and grow this skill over time. Seating is arranged to minimize background noise and distractions, and resources are positioned so she can access them independently. I also ensure her hearing device is constantly used and functioning, and I've tried to face her as much as I can when speaking so she can clearly see my mouth for visual clues. These adjustments don't just support Rakia once again, but the whole class by creating a calm, inclusive learning environment. So my approach to engagement and participation is guided by the universal design for learning. So for in terms of engagement, I build strong relationship with Rakia, set clear achievable goals, and use peer support to encourage inclusion and confidence. For representation, I present information in multiple ways, combining visuals, gestures, and simplified instruction alongside clear, amplified speech so she can access the content. And finally, for action and expression, I provide different ways for her to demonstrate her understanding, whether that's through speaking, writing, or even creating visual. And I scaffold tasks to ensure she can participate successfully. So this variety means that she can access the same learning opportunities as her peers in ways that work best for her. For example, in a typical literacy lesson, I put several strategies in place to make sure Rakia can fully access the content and participate along her peers. So before the lesson, I prepare visual supports and adjust resources so that the language is clear and accessible. During the lesson, I make sure I'm facing her as much as I can when I speak and the hearing device is working properly. I combine spoken explanation with visual prompts on the board and partner her with a peer who can offer support without taking over. After the lesson, I check in with her briefly to confirm her understanding and make all lesson materials available both online, for example on Teams, or in print. She can review them at her own space. These small but deliberate steps help remove barriers and give her equal access to learning. So supporting recurrent engagement also means putting the right behavioral and communication support in place. So for behavior, I provide a safe, low stimulation space she can use when she needs time to self-regulate. I use a clear visual timetable so she always knows what's coming next, which help reduce anxiety. Also, positive reinforcement, such as verbal praise or small reward, is used to acknowledge her effort and participation. For communication, I make sure to face her when I speak, using simple and direct language and back up my instruction with visual cues or images. This makes sure she understands what is expected without unnecessary stress or confusion. So for Rakia, the adjustment fall under the substantial category according to the NCCD. This means she received tailored support at most stages of learning and assessment, along with frequent monitoring to make sure these adjustments are working. In practical terms, this includes using visual timetable and cues, simplify learning materials, and always making sure her hearing device is in use. She has access to a safe space in the classroom to help with self-regulation, works with a structured peer buddy, and has a quick oral check-in after lesson to confirm her understanding. These adjustments are consistent and proactive, ensuring Rakia can participate in learning on the same basis as her peers. So for the collaboration network, at the center of it is a partnership between Rakia and myself as a classroom teacher. I see her every day, which means I have the most consistent contact with her, and I'm able to coordinate and adapt strategies in real time. So having this daily connection allows me to make quick adjustments, to monitor progress, and also ensure that all support from the wider teams fits smoothly in a classroom experience. Collaboration is essential because meeting required needs is not the task for one person like me alone. It requires a shared responsibility and a range of expertise so that every area of our learning, language, and social development is supported. By working as a team, we make sure our approaches are consistent, targeted, and regularly reviewed. Our family is a key partner to this process. They give us insight into our background, home language, and cultural context, and they help reinforce learning strategy at home. The teacher head provides in-class support, helping to scaffold activity, keep her on task, and reinforce language and context. The ELD specialist works alongside me to adapt content so it's accessible and meaningful for her, focusing on both vocabulary and comprehension strategies. The speech pathologist offers strategies to strengthen our expressive and receptive language skills, while the school psychologist supports social inclusion and emotional well-being, helping to build positive peer relationships. School leadership also play an important role in making sure the necessary resources, adjustment, and training are available for staff, ensuring these supports can be maintained over time. And finally, the peer body system fosters social connection, giving a consistent opportunity to practice communication and build friendship in a natural setting. But once again, this process is in constant evolution as Rakia progress or evolve in the classroom. So as Florian and Bach Hawkins highlight, inclusive education work best when it is grounded in shared responsibility and strong collaboration. In Rakia's case, the coordinating network ensures that she can access and participate in her learning on the same basis as her peers. So in closing, supporting Rakia has shown the value of coordinated, inclusive approach when adjustments are embedded in everyday life of the classroom. So by combining universal vision principle, targeted strategies, and a regular collaboration, we can create a learning environment where Rakia can access the curriculum and participate fully alongside her peers. So inclusion is not a one-time action, but a continuous process of reflection, adaptation, and improvement. So as educator, our commitment to inclusive practice means we remain responsive to student needs and open to refining our approach over time. Moving forward, we will continue to monitor our progress, adjust strategies as needed, and ensure all members of our support network remain connected and informed. By doing this, we uphold the principle that every student, regardless of their background or ability, deserves to learn and thrive on the same basis as their peers. Thank you.